AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Fabian perspective. AllBall TV, baby. Little Knicks Rehab, baby. How you feeling on this Friday? It's starting to rain, and I gotta go out there and face it. Face the facts. Face the facts, Jack. How we doing? A long week. It felt like a long week for me. Of course, it's slow news. For the week for the Knicks and basketball in general, the NBA finals are horrible. It was supposed to be a battle of who's going to be the new face of the league. It became who's going to be the new jackass of the league. Horrible. Crybaby Luka. Disgusting. Who is a fan of that guy anymore? Whoever is a Luka fan, stand up and show your face and stand up for yourself. At what point do you admit what's going on here? We've seen it with the greats. The last 15 years, I call the Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant tandem the crybaby brothers. You see how that worked out. Unsuccessful. LeBron when he was younger, crybaby. It's not going to work for you when you yell at the refs the whole time. It has to be politics. I always point to how Michael Jordan, if you look, when he was younger, he would put his hands on his knees. As much as people would say, oh, look, he cried to the ref too. There was everyone cried to the ref, but Jordan always knew to just take him to the side, and there's always a conversation like, yo, because he knew he was Jordan, and he knew they were starstruck. He knew, like, he was very aware that they were humans. And the example I always use of Jordan understanding his intimidation was, I always use this example. When Jordan went in the Olympics, he was there with Charles Barkley, and Barkley, they were playing Angola, and Angola had asked them for autographs, and then Charles Barkley was still trying to like bully them and be aggressive. And Jordan told him like, yo, what are you doing? They're already intimidated. They asked us for autographs. Like, the job is already done. Don't do that. It's going to be an easy game. So that told me like the psychology of Michael Jordan. Like, oh yeah, he's a bully when he has to be or when he wants to be, if he pushes that button. But you can't do it all the time. And Luka Doncic, number one, he might be a bully because when there's people he can't get through to, he acts like a big baby. He acts like a big baby, and he's young, and this is part of the growing pains. We get all that, but we got to call you a spade, man. We did it to Kyrie. We did it to LeBron. We did it to Kevin Durant. Everyone. The last decade was just full of babies, and we called them all out. And Luka seems to have grown up in that era and thinks he's going to bring it to this one. I forgot to mention, somebody did put it in the comments last time. I thought Luka was the biggest crybaby of this era, and he's not. Joel Embiid is definitely a bigger crybaby than Luka Doncic. He's crazy. I don't know if you like the reports to the abuse towards the refs. There's a lot of talk about that. I don't know what you guys let me think. Let me know in the comments. Should I put that up? Who's a bigger baby, Luka Doncic or Joel Embiid? I don't know. Let's put that in there. That'll be the poll for right now. Well, then again, that's not no Knicks stuff. We have the Knicks Rehab stuff up. Let's get to the Knicks. So far, so good. So far, so good. Shout out to our guy, the Knicks recap. The fact that he's starting to, like, he posts his stuff on Twitter like it was a normal post. Like it looks like somebody else posted it for him. I love that he did that. He does a great job. I've seen people like totally like I don't know. They speak on him like I don't have any real opinions about people who spend their time giving me free information and taking their time out to tell me what's going on. So I've seen him get, slandered or whatever it is. If he has an opinion, who cares? This guy's sitting here. He got Marc Berman on his show. The Knicks reporter was on Knicks Recap. I forgot Knicks Recap's name. And Marc Berman, the Knicks insider, he says with Leon Rose and CAA, they run the Knicks. I think OG gets his $35 million, but I don't think he's worth it. I think it's a big risk.
Everything about OG is durability, in my opinion. He's a fine fit. Obviously, their record was outstanding with him. He doesn't need the ball. When he gets the ball, he hits the open three. Obviously, he's a great team defender, help defender. He's got that position that they've been missing. They traded for Cam Reddish, thinking that could be that fit, that combo forward, small forward, power forward. But it's about durability. He hasn't played 70 games since his rookie year with the Raptors, and I think Masai Ujiri finally decided it's time to move on. The guy has been injured a lot, and then he comes to New York, and sure enough, elbow injury, and then the hamstring. And that tweet about is he in good enough shape? That's something I heard. I heard that maybe he hasn't been in the best shape during his career, and that's possibly why he's been injury prone. Steph Bondy, my successor at the New York Post, had a nice piece during late in the season. He doesn't like to play hurt. He came out for that game 7 against Indiana. He had a couple of shots, but he was so tentative. Thibodeau just could not play him. He played 4 or 5 minutes, and that was it. He wasn't willing to.
Wait. But see, this is what I'm talking about with this guy. He was so tentative. That's what he got out of that. He was so tentative. How come I can't do what I want to do with this? He was so tentative during the game 7 when he came out limping. He was tentative. See, that's why these reporters, they get cursed the hell out, man. Marc Berman is a guy that every time the Knicks spoke to him, it just seemed uncomfortable. It didn't matter who, like I've seen, and if it was Julius Randle getting upset with him, then I was just like, okay, that's Julius. But I've seen all of them. Thibodeau, they had enough of this guy. So I think when you're trying to be funny, cool. Trying to be all right, cool. Trying to be funny or whatever it is, trying to build a rapport. But a lot of these guys, for them, is just business. So when you use the words tentative, remember, I just like to look up words, man. Okay, I can't pull it up because I can't double screen share. We gotta fix that. StreamYard. Tentative means not certain or fixed, provisional, done without confidence, hesitant. Done without confidence, hesitant. Hesitant? Hesitant. There's no hesitant. He was hampered. He was injured. There's no tentative. I don't have any confidence. I'm trying to gain confidence, but I can't go up and down the floor. I get what he's tentative. This is why they don't like him. But look at his face. Look at this guy's face. Are you kidding me? Nobody wants to see this face after a practice, and then you tell me I'm tentative or ask me any kind of questions. You're not a baller, man. Did Marc Berman play sports? Hold on a second. Did Marc Berman? I want to look that up, man. Did Marc Berman play sports? He's writing now, stringing for Palm Beach, has 3 brothers. So playing, yeah, okay. He played basketball, was a big part of his life. Was it? Is this the same Marc Berman? He has 2 children. Who tweets about the dog quite a bit. I don't think it's the same Marc Berman. Nah, they ain't the same Marc Berman. All I want to know, did you play ball? What do you do at life where people relate to you as a man? Berman praised what the Mavs did last year to keep that pick. I praised it too. It was smart. What up, I can't say my son is around. Julius, I have to greet my friend online. And you can't be here. The adults are talking. You do me a favor, just I will greet you in a second. Knicks 100. My son just told me he's kind of into something and he can't move right now. Wow. They have some bolas. I praise them too. It's a smart thing to do as a businessman. You know, but I think, you know what it is, Knicks 100? It's the fact that someone like him who just said OG Anunoby was tentative in game 7. He looked tentative, right? It's his tonality. It's the way he speaks to people. The fact that he would say he praises the Mavs pick, it's like he leans into his agenda, which is all right. That's, you know, he makes his money. They don't like him for that very reason. And remember, he's not like, and you know what? If what you're trying to say, Knicks 100 is if he praised the Mavs, right? How are you praising the Mavs and you're supposed to be an objective journalist? That's probably what maybe where you're coming from too. Like, how are you praising the other team that was supposed to get our pick? You're a Knicks reporter, but you're not reporting any sort of disappointment from our side. And the fact that they went in, they charged us for the tampering charges with Jalen Brunson, but they got left off crazy for their tampering with the draft. They didn't lose the draft pick. There was no sign of that. Adam Silver came out and acted like everything was all good. Imagine if we had Derek Lively or a chance at that. Jesus Christ, right? So it's just I can see why the players don't like him. Look at his face. Nobody wants to look at this guy. He looks like the red eye. And if you know what the red eye means, that's what he looks like, bro. My son is around. I can't say what I want to say. He looks like a red eye. That's all I got to say about that.
To test his hamstring. I think he was afraid of seriously injuring the hamstring again, but it was game 7. So they couldn't play. But listen, if it wasn't for Leon's son, I think the Knicks would have a very tough decision on how much to give this guy when he's been so injury prone. He's a very good fit, but is he a third best player on a NBA Finals team? I mean, durability wise, I'd say he's not the third best player because if he's not available, then what good is he? But he happens to be a great fit. And with Leon Rose and CAA, and they run the Knicks, I think he'll get his $35 million. I don't think he's worth it. I think it's a big risk. And I do believe, and I think maybe Fred reported it, and I was thinking it for sure, that contract better have a lot of incentives regarding games played.
Right.
I mean, that has to be, I feel that to get his full $35 million a year, it's got to be 70 games. And listen, he's never had a full season with Thibodeau, who will play you major minutes.
Thibodeau will play you major minutes. He doesn't fit just because of the injuries. CAA runs everything. Somebody runs something, bro. Leon Rose has a family. Huh? It is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. What is this guy talking about? I gotta make sure it's not wobbly. I'm sorry, guys. Camera's wobbly. He said he's not a third best player on the championship team. He's about to be the second best player on the championship team. There's no way you're watching the Boston series and you're going, oh, the Knicks didn't have a chance. Like, you can see what the Knicks would have done if we played them in the conference finals. They would have treated Brunson like Luka, put Drew Holiday on them. We need guys that can set picks. If we're healthy, Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein, those picks that they would set on Drew Holiday would be everything. And all of their players, as a matter of fact. That's really the key to beating them. When Brunson goes one-on-one, right? But we know that they're targeting Jalen Brunson as like Luka Doncic. That's what they would do. OG spreads the floor like I guess Kyrie would, but then if if we didn't have Randle, obviously, but if OG could have made it, Dante's there, Bogey would have if he was healthy, right? Those are the guys that would have helped us out because then Brunson can operate. And nobody really stayed in front of Brunson during the regular season and we saw them press him. We saw them try to press him and he beat them. OG at some point it would have been up to Thibodeau to see where he can put him on. Who's the guy that could really disturb the Celtics the best? And we would have tried putting him on Tatum because Tatum makes that offense go a little bit. But the reason why he would have been the second best player has everything to do with his defense. Everything. We'll look for the offense. It'll come to us. But to say OG Anunoby could be our third best player on the team, all because of his durability, like duh, stay in the obvious. And just what is he talking about? He sounds like just a whiny neighbor, just somebody's always complaining. What are you talking about? You don't think we had a chance to contend for a championship this year? And if you do, when exactly did those expectations give? When were they birthed, Marc? It's guys like this. It's the reason why we hear a lot of stuff and they can sway the public. And then you got to talk to other Knicks fans and you go, where did you even get this information from? And then they tell you, is this guy the Penguin? He looks crazy. Look at his thick ass eyebrows. Listen, man, I hope if I and by the way, he has a great baldy. I don't look great with a baldy. I would look nuts with a baldy. Good baldy. But he's a tiny whiny. Your man, what are you complaining about? The Knicks had a chance to be amazing. Amazing. And you're over here complaining OG's not worth it. We went from meddling third place East, Atlantic Division to competing with every single team in the NBA with OG Anunoby. The injuries, of course, we're all concerned about that. We all are dreading it. Like he just said, Fred Katz is reporting that it will be a tax or contracts. The contract for OG should be laden with, injury and not incentives, but injury precautionary contract gobble. Hopefully, that's the only thing you can hope for because that would be the smart thing to do. But this guy, Jesus Christ, I might if I play his audio again, I might just play it in the background, never show his face. That's not cool. You can't just be on my channel with that. He looks just like the worst neighbors that they just and I think he moved to Florida or something like that, which makes a lot of sense. $35 million for OG is just a hair more than I thought. That's still a deal. I think when you win the right way, it's always worth it. Oh, I think that's why I love Twitter, man. When people have the ultimate clapbacks, it's always worth it. Where's my guy? There he goes. There he goes. Te veo en la calle. to your point, Philip, shout out to Sports Talk with the Fox. He said OG has averaged 52 games a year for the last 4 years. He's a steal. The last 4 years, Paul George averaged 54 games, Kawhi 43 games on huge contracts. Jimmy Butler averages 58 games plus Trey Murphy 60 games the last 2 out of 3 years. Wings are going to miss games, sign Kelly Oubre, and draft Ryan Dunn. The Kelly Oubre thing, I don't know about. It's kind of tough. But I love the fact that he said that. OG has averaged 52 games a year for the last 4 years. And Paul George averaged 54 games a year on big contracts. So at 35 million, how much? Come on, you know my follow-up question. What is Paul George's contract? Paul George contract. Who's a free agent, by the way, right? He made 39, 42, and 45. He has a player option, actually. He's not quite the free agent yet for $48 million. $13 million more. And he averages 58 games a year. So that means he misses 24 games a year. No, 54 games he misses. He misses damn near 30 games a year. You lose all hope by the time playoff time comes around. Marc Berman is a tiny, whiny, messy pessy. Don't come around these parts no more with your nonsense, Marc Berman. Oh, my Nick. I couldn't say it before. You heard about Mo Cheeks? Yeah, man. They're also saying with Mo Cheeks, shout out to Maurice Cheeks. He was mentioned this week also with the Doc Rivers on Bill Simmons podcast. He mentioned Mo Cheeks, how Drew Holiday reminded him of Mo Cheeks with the points that he scored. They were always very intentional. It might have been 8 points in the game, something to that effect, but they were always like the most important points. He always seems so cool, Mo Cheeks. I think he's like a 6th man of the year, part of that, Philadelphia championship. I think he was on all those finals appearances with those 76er teams. Like those 76er teams are kind of overlooked. Is that confirmed, Johnny Bryant to Cleveland? Because they were saying that we kept our guys. It's not Mo Cheeks is not replacing anyone. That's the report that I saw. Nostalgic. Let me see if there's any latest to that. Johnny Bryant. Knicks. Top latest. Latest Johnny Bryant. Did I spell Johnny right? I'm missing the H. Johnny Bryant is interviewing for the Cavs job. It was always silly to believe that Cheeks' hire was related to that in any way. So I like Nick's Muse. He said the same thing. Nick's Muse is saying good night. Mo Cheeks was an all-star point guard. Yeah, he was an all-star point guard. Yeah, all that. I'll get back to that in a second. Let me show you So Ian Begley is saying regarding the Knicks adding Maurice Cheeks to the coaching staff, no assistant coach is leaving New York Knicks to make room for Cheeks. Per people familiar with the matter, Cheeks is in addition to the staff currently in place. ESPN first reported the Cheeks hire. I think it was Woj. That was the official confirmation because they were tweeting about it and reporting it, but Woj is the guy that gives you the ultimate stamp. Nick's Muse said while Johnny Bryant is interviewing for the Cavs head coaching job, it was always silly to believe that the Cheeks hire was related to that in any way. I don't think that's silly, brother. Like Johnny Bryant, we hold him near and dear to our hearts over here. So any sort of rumblings of him leaving, we're gonna, talk about that. I mean, IQ, all these players, they love him. He was like the Phil Handy over there with the Lakers. They love him. We love him over here. Like I only know Johnny Bryant because these people love him. And the fact that he's going for a head coaching job is amazing, right? Like come on now, like that's That's great. I just spoke about how Charles Lee was hired by the Charlotte Hornets. He's currently the assistant coach for the Boston Celtics. And if somebody's ready to be a head coach and they're your assistant coach, you got the right guys on the coaching staff, I believe. And I'm always wondering, what does it take to be a great head coach? How do you hire a guy? I mean, do these guys? Because I was saying about Doc Rivers the other day. Like, anytime I hear him talk, I love when he talks. He's so raw. I could see why, if he's talking to a team, talking to players, why they're like, well, I want him around. Like, is it just in-game adjustments for him? Like, how does he lose these games? How does he not get to this ultimate, the ultimate level for a head coach? Because he obviously can open a bunch of head coaching doors, but Johnny Bryan is on his way there, apparently, knocking on a couple doors. That's amazing. So, congrats with Charles Lee going to the Hornets. You want to see that. You want to see these guys attempt to get another job, see if they're worthy of it in their minds, depending how far along it goes. That'll be great news for us, because that means he's impressing people with what he's learning and what he's doing here with the Knicks. And the players, they all love him, And there's all different kind of styles of being people and leaders, and he seems to be a player's coach. And Thibs, he was on the podcast today, right? With yesterday with Josh Hart and Brunson. I'm only watching the highlights. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They're not entertaining enough for me. But that's neither here nor there. Fleet was here. He put his head down like, oh my God, why Fabian, just play the clip. Good night, Mo Cheeks was an all-star point guard. Back to Mo Cheeks. I was never impressed with him at all, like, as a coach. Just the way that I know he got into problems with people, and he might be like, everything I've heard about Mo Cheeks, he was always up front with these guys. Maybe he fits in this era and with this system of a coaching staff that's not scared to be up front. Mo Cheeks, let's see. How do you say confrontation with players? Confrontations with players. Matt Barnes, Mo Cheeks. Was that when Matt Barnes almost fought him? He said he'll slap Mo Cheeks in the face if he ever said something to me. I like that. I kind of like that if Matt Barnes, because Matt Barnes, to me, all that tough guy, bro. How tough are you, bro? What are you doing? Are you running a crime organization out here, Matt Barnes? Are you La Cosa Nostra for real? What are you guys going to do? What are we doing? You play basketball. I'm gonna go slap Mo Cheeks. I love when they piss these guys off. Please slap Mo Cheeks. He's calling the cops, and you're going to jail. And I'm just going to be like, oh, that was stupid, Matt. He's running up on people on the sidelines you've seen that at the kids' game. Matt Barnes is running up on the announcer during his kids' game. Then of course, and he speaks really well. Like Matt Barnes, I hate to sound like, what's this guy's name? Jason Whitlock and these people, but at some point you got to be over 40 years old and act like it. Yo, you know what? I was crazy back in the day. I forgot he was even on the Knicks. AP. Michael Morris was good, my brother. I love you guys showing us. Slapping Mo Cheeks is a crazy sentence. I didn't think about that. Thanks for catching that, SF Wisdom. Hilarious. Smacking Mo Cheeks is nuts. For all you young guys, Mo Cheeks was a lot like CP3 with leadership. Cheeks is a quiet guy. Sherwin, are you Marc Berman out here? I get Marc Berman vibes from you, Sherwin. He was CP3. Yeah. He was a steals leader. I don't know if he was. I've never heard anything to do with being dirty with Mo Cheeks. He seemed like a crafty defenseman, Sherwin. Watching him on tape. Good handle like CP3, like you're saying. I don't think he had a jumper like CP3. Leadership wise, CP3, I think, is a different animal. He seems like to come off like a misleading jerk. He is definitely part of this SBN crew. CP3 is one of the leaders of the sneaky Brooklyn Ninjas out here. I don't believe half the stuff CP3 got to say. Mo Cheeks does not come off inauthentic to me. CP3 comes off inauthentic. I hate that comparison. Which is probably the reason why Matt Barnes wanted to smack him. Mo Cheeks. It's Friday night, man. Y'all got me in stitches. Montgomery, Alabama, checking in with AllBall. What's up, my brother? Who hasn't Matt Barnes beef with? Yeah, that's true too, right? Like you have a problem. If you have a problem with Cheeks, you have a problem with Cheeks. You know what I mean? Queens, we had Mr. Cheeks. That's the bottom line, Philip Walker. Who hasn't Matt Barnes beef with? So maybe that was a bad example, but there were guys that Mo Cheeks had issues with. We wasn't the only one. Matt Barnes firing forewarned by Pistons owner who's right. Matt Barnes' tenure as head coach lasted 50 games. The last 2 of them victories, which didn't matter. That's cold that the coach isn't doing his job. So they were saying that they were better than their record when he was the Detroit coach. Yeah, Mo Cheeks admitted embarrassment over a recent domestic incident. Okay. He has a unique relationship between Russell Westbrook. Mo Cheeks is known for rookie 2-way guard. Paul George disappeared through underneath a basket. Russell Westbrook sat. Oh, hold on. Why is it doing that? So this is underneath a basket across the court. Russell Westbrook sat on a basketball, leaned up against his Sension. Is that you say that word Sension? Sension. Next to him sat Maurice Cheeks, reclined up against the paddling. Tupac's I Get Around, popping through the speakers. In 2017, wow, you guys appreciate Tupac in 2017. They sat alone together. It wasn't an unusual sight. Westbrook and Cheeks are almost always together in practice. Routinely compete in free throw contests against each other. Cheeks wins a lot of them, by the way. That's awful, Russell Westbrook. But knowing what was likely happening in this Westbrook Cheeks meeting, a couple of staffers couldn't resist wandering over and to join in. Eventually, somehow, a bet was made for Cheeks to erase strength trainer Kevin Hyde. They just millionaires having fun, man. We're just gonna bet on a race of us just running across the court together. Give me my effing money. So, but the synergy between Westbrook and Cheeks started basically from day one when Cheeks was brought in as top assistant under Scott Brooks with a pretty straightforward job description. Russ. Westbrook was coming off a rocky rookie season that featured ample criticism, too many turnovers, and an outsider belief that he wasn't actually the team's point guard of the future. Critics said Westbrook, while he could create moments of brilliance, was too wild to run a team. Cheeks went to work quickly, building a unique bond that has remained strong for more than a decade. He became the unofficial Westbrook whisperer. You know, not for nothing, but that didn't work. I don't know if y'all realize it. I'm not a big Westbrook, like, should have been a point guard guy. That didn't work. He ain't no Westbrook whisperer. Westbrook didn't calm down. He thought he was the best player on the team. Matt Barnes got beef with Cheeks is wild. Sherwin, good money, Fabe. I know Sherwin. I know. I just mess with him. I like Sherwin. We need a mixture of the Marc Bermans and the we need craziness in the comments. Sherwin comments on the videos, everything when we're not live. I love Sherwin. And he got the old school Knicks logo, the OG Knicks logo. You crazy? Russell Westbrook is crazy immature, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, I get that, but don't call him the Westbrook whisperer if he's crazy immature and you didn't figure him out. I hate players that are hot-headed like that. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm on like the Julius Randle transformation because Julius Randle to me, Russell Westbrook, LeBron. Right now, you see it with Luka. I think it happens with a lot of players. I think it's natural to feel entitled when you're that talented or you're that skilled, because then you, like Luka's like, I deserve every call, right? Is that part of the Luka's problem? I deserve every call. What are you talking about? I'm Luka Doncic, and when you don't call it for me, I'm going crazy. It can be similar for Julius Randle was going through that with the Knicks. He achieved some level of success, and then he gets foul calls, but he would also complain a lot. Like Julius Randle, you can see him get exposed at the end of games. Remember, he kicked the chair at the end of a game. You know, he's not really clutch like that because there's no go-to move. He would struggle to even worse than Jason Tatum would in crunch time because there's no go-to move. He's not going to the paint. And a lot of it has to do, I believe, maybe with the fact that you're a master of, you know, you call that? How you say that? Master of none. I just said it earlier today too. You're great at a bunch of stuff, but you're a master of nothing. And I think when like LeBron, Randle, Westbrook, Luka, I don't think they're dumb people whatsoever. Yes, thank you. Jack of all trades, master of none. I think when you're a jack of all trades, these are not dumb people. This is you having to, like, you have all these departments, what do they say, compartmentalize. You have all these places to put on the shelf. And in real time, you have to like plug and pull stuff on a basketball court to go utilize it like a weapon. Because these are guys that are superhuman. Julius Randle, I keep saying it. Julius Randle, imagine if you woke up tomorrow and you were 6'9", 260 pounds, straight chiseled. You're walking around daring anybody to do anything to you. You don't even know what to do. You might do a cartwheel, you might do a handstand, you might be on a train talking about showtime, showtime. You're gonna go to the MSG practice facility, wherever. It's like, yo, look at me. Give me a job. To wake up looking like that. Look at Westbrook is chiseled. He's 6'4", chiseled. And then they have the will to stay in shape, but they don't have the emotional intelligence. Right? And like the brain is very complicated. In order to get even your thoughts across, I think for in your 20s and teenage years, you're dealing with peer pressure, what you think people want to hear from you. And very few people can really speak from their heart like that. It's beyond it takes beyond balls. Right? It just, so with Randle and these guys, it's like, no, I don't think so, Knicks. My nigga. I think Westbrook did not get a bad rap. I think KD was soft, and he should have put Westbrook in his place some way, somehow. Get some leadership skills and establish, hey, without me, this ain't going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Durant and Harden was the true quitters. They all lack emotional intelligence. That last decade, they lacked emotional intelligence. And you see the people that stayed steady the most. Look at Draymond Green. You talk about lacking. Hold on. Let me counter that. Let me stop real quick. Let me slow down, as AllBall says. Draymond Green is way less talented than all these guys, way less skilled than all these guys. And I think he's highly emotionally intelligent. He just doesn't care. He just says, you know what? Let me unleash this. Bow, and I'll snuff somebody. Bang. But he knows after the game, yo, hold on, I think I bugged out a little bit. Let me go front like, I care. These guys don't know that. Russell Westbrook, they unleash and they lose control. LeBron used to do that. Remember, LeBron used to, and during the finals, during the Eastern Conference Finals, he was meditating on live television, faking reading books. Your man was reading Malcolm X books. Yeah, right. What's your favorite part, LeBron? Oh, the part where they went to the ice cream shop, I think. Shut up, LeBron. But he was finding his way to just like be in the middle, because everybody can't be Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and go nuts and go, what'd you say to me? Everybody, I don't think everyone has that ability. I think, and even if we're being real, Jordan and Kobe aren't as talented as LeBron. I believe, and maybe I'm crazy, Julius Randle to me is more talented than a Michael Jordan and Kobe, but he's not as skilled. He never developed the skills. He's 6'9", 260. You think Michael Jordan is stronger than Julius Randle? Left-handed, but he never put it together. That is a look at Lamar Odom. I'll point, you'll always hear me talk about these guys because it's tough for them. It's tough for them, I think. And then they don't have the will to really, like Mike had the will and he had the emotional IQ, like I mentioned earlier. He told Barkley, yo, calm down. They're already scared of us to the Angola team in the Olympics. They're already intimidated. They're asking us for autographs. Like Jordan already knew it was checkmate, easy, breezy. Randle doesn't have that. LeBron didn't have that. Like you could really shake LeBron. They were really talking about his mom and everything on the court. Let's get to him. We could get to him. You couldn't get to Kobe and Mike. Couldn't get to them. I've seen Bill Simmons get in trouble for mentioning, oh, maybe it has something to do with LeBron not having his pops around. Like Bill Simmons got in trouble for that. Right? I don't know. I would like to go look at a thing about that. The players that play with, and Kobe actually spoke to that. Let me look that up. Steve Stout mentioned this. This is controversial. We're hitting the highly controversial zone. Steve Stout, Kobe. I was on the New York Gangster, but I actually played that. But I'll keep it brief. Steve Stout talked about how Kobe said a lot of players come in there and they act like they're tough to make up for a lot of stuff, and a lot of them are missing their pops. He's like, but you can see it's a lot of bravado. At the end of the day, it's like, what are you talking about? That they have a lot of false bravado. AI, a lot of these guys. AI grew up with his pops, I believe. AI wasn't these guys. It's one of them guys he was talking about. But who is their mentors, basically, to teach him? Like, because the relationship between Kobe's father and himself is really interesting. I would love to deep dive to that, deep dive into that one day. I will. Who is these guys' mentors? Because it's tough. I got a son. You see him, you just go, yo, chill out. Whether it's crying or whether it's too emotional, you go, hey, look, it'll be okay. I told him the other day, they were saying, I don't know what name they called him. It was some wild, like ridiculous name. And you go, as an adult, you say to yourself, that means nothing. Like, but obviously the kids, they come up with their own thing, their own environment, their own culture. So in their environment, whatever that word is, it means something. So you go, listen, you can't give it too much energy. You're the one who controls that. If you laugh at yourself more, once you could do that, you're good. You're golden. You take yourself too seriously, how are you going to get along with people? And then they're going to control you. So with this emotional IQ thing, Randle saw if we need a Westbrook, he has the real dog in him. Westbrook is out of his mind, bro. I don't believe Westbrook is a dog like that. He's a dog as far as going hard body, but he ain't. I've never seen him step up. Like, speaking of that, I don't mind having Patrick Beverley, because Patrick Beverley is an antagonist. None of them are Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley will start something. We need a guy like that. We don't have a guy like that. We need to antagonize the other team and get in their heads a little bit, because everyone's not built for this. We saw what happened when Draymond was in Boston. Boston Celtics just probably about to win a championship tonight, right? We saw what happened with them. Jaylen Brown came out this year. He said, yo, in front of Draymond, like, yeah, you told us a lot. That moment that took place where, yeah, Draymond had the Celtics shook. But it's like that. You're younger. Draymond's a veteran. He's testing you. He's trying to do everything he can to get in your head. Draymond is not as talented as Jaylen Brown. He has no business. Jaylen Brown has no business thinking about Draymond going on the basketball court. You can't guard me. He should have laughed, but now he knows how to laugh. Julius Randle, I'm not sure if he quite turned the corner yet. We only saw a couple of months of him healthy this year. And when we finally fell in love with him as unilaterally as a fan base, is when OG got here, and that was only for a month. It'll be interesting to see him attempt to turn this around. See if he's worth. Remember, the extension is lingering as well. OG and Anunoby, if they can stick together, I want to see just 2 months. Let's start with 2 months of OG and Julius Randle on that court together. Because then you have a guy that puts you in third place as the best player on the team. That's how I look at it. I saw somebody in the comments say I was wrong. Mitchell Robinson is not our third best player. Is Julius Randle? I don't have a problem with that. If you think Julius Randle is our third best player, that's how I always thought of him. He was a third or fourth best player on a championship team. So he can be the third option or come off the bench as a sixth man because you're the third option. But you're an option. The fact that you're an option is an amazing feat. AllBall gets offended when I say Cat is a third option, but at least he's an option, and he put himself there. He should be a first option, right? But the fact that you are one, you are schemed against. You have to worry about Randle. He is schemed on, but we need you to be schemed on at the third most rate on our basketball team. Because at the first and second rate, you cause too many errors for ourselves. A lot of self-inflicting turnovers, self-inflicting damage to the team. And we can deal with that when you're the third or fourth best player. The ball less, with less time in your hands, you having to think out this thing. I love it. They wire different, Mike. Yeah. I reluctantly want to say I hope the Celtics close out so the offseason can start. AP, I do not reluctantly disagree. I totally disagree with you. I hope the Mavericks do a reverse sweep. I don't want the Celtics to win anything. I want all their fans to suffer so we can laugh at them. I want to laugh at them. I'd rather Luka learn his lesson and stay in his zone. At the end of the day, I'm a fan of greatness at its greatness. Lil Wayne said that, and I always thought it was dope. I think it's greatness at its greatest, right? The greats at their greatest. I want to see the greats at their greatest, always. Flea always says that about me. I'm hard on Jason Tatum. I'm 41. I'm hard on Jason Tatum because I expect more from him. You know what I mean? I expect more from Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, in my opinion, can be the best player in the league, bar none. Luka Doncic, I don't know if he could be because you don't play defense. And even if he did, it'll be tough. He would have to operate more out of the post and just play more off ball, play way more team-oriented basketball, which I thought he got to this year, but he didn't. But you want to see him play at his greatest. You want to see the Celtics would rather win with Luka and Kyrie going crazy, and they still beat them at their best. You as a competitor, you want to beat the greatest. Now, if the Celtics figure them out and they go, yo, you're a crybaby, and we're gonna exploit that. Go cry to the refs. We're putting Drew Holiday on you when you cross half court, 94 feet. Luka Doncic is terrified when he sees Drew Holiday in front of him. You're not supposed to show that on the film. I'm not supposed to know that as a guy on the couch or watching from wherever I'm watching from. I can see, oh, you just saw Drew Holiday. You hesitated to dribble the ball? No, go cross him up. Jason Kidd made a big mistake not letting Kyrie Irving bring the ball up more often against these guys because he best handler of all time, and you didn't put that guy to go up against Drew Holiday. It made no sense. But that being said, no, AP, we need a reverse sweep, man. Draymond out there pulling wrestling moves. He would be in my head too. Yo, man, Knicks. I'm sorry. That's why I respect them. That's why I respect them. Oh, you guys, think like for 2 seconds, man. AllBall hates this. But if you're Draymond Green and you know I'm on a championship team, bro, they are retweeting me every single day, all day long. Remember, the blueprint is Michael Jordan. Gatorade commercials, McDonald's commercials, Jordan commercials, Nike commercials, everything, right? Adam Silver saw, yo, they're watching me. They're promoting the NBA on this with Spike Lee and all right, yeah, it's Michael Jordan, but where you gonna watch Mike at? On TV, right? Fast forward, this is the hybrid version of all that in 1984. It's no more just television. We have smartphones. So anytime you're scrolling on your phone and you see the NBA, they're okay with it. And Draymond is exploiting the big business of the NBA. You think this? Draymond saying, I don't care. They need me. They need one of me, and I'm on a championship team. I don't know how he leveraged that thing with the Warriors, though. How he stays there. But they know that as long as they see Draymond Green on there, that's what makes him must-see TV. Because they know he might do something wild, like a wrestling move, Knicks 100. So he promotes the NBA with that. They're not going to say it out loud. But like, to me, Adam Silver is saying it out loud when you're sitting there and you don't suspend them for the rest of the season for doing the craziest 360 spin-a-rooney right hook of all time. That's one of the craziest punches in NBA history. Your man did a salsa spin and then threw the Mike Tyson right hook. That was insane. And they said, you know what? You need some time off, Draymond. Go take a vacation. So what do you think? If you're Draymond Green, what are you thinking? Just think about it. Oh, they ain't trying to get rid of me. They need me. But I haven't been kicked out the league yet? Man, please. Watch this. And every season it gets worse. That was just 4 months ago. It's not like that was his rookie year. He started hanging out with LeBron. Every post on Twitter, planted seeds in Warriors' head. He would go to the Lakers. That's how he stayed on the Warriors. I think it's more than that, my nigga. It has to be more than that because it's not like he doesn't know the game. I like when he does talk about basketball and doesn't get stuck on trying to sound cool and stand on business and stand on it and stand on it. No, just talk, bro. Stop trying to sound cool. Stop trying to feed to whatever crowd, man. Talk basketball, bro. That's what we want to hear you for. We want to hear the lunatic spew whatever garbage that you got away with last night. Trav B, been watching y'all for a month or so. Y'all doing great work. Yo, Trav, man. You don't know what the compliments do to my heart. Please says I can't take a compliment, so I have to start off with saying thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Because I really read all the comments. I try to read all of them. And the bad ones they're really not too many bad ones. There's a lot of like this, man. Draymond has a big mouth and is severely overrated. Yes, but how do you stay in the league is my point. He's showing you the game. You think they want to get rid of me? I'm big business. I don't sell sneakers. I sell right hooks and chest stomps and nut kicks. That's what Draymond sells for us. That is his product. And the NBA said, because that's the retweet. Remember, that's a commercial all day long. You retweet. Big mouth helps you in a lot of cases. Oh, Pete, what's going on? Pause. Hey, I'm 41. It's not just the big mouth. He has to be sitting there. Like, he didn't even apologize for the Kevin Durant thing. He really just said, y'all gonna mess this up, man. I ain't apologizing to Kevin Durant for calling him out of his name on a basketball court. Draymond Green is a certified nutcase. I love it. He leveraged his game up. He leveraged his name for his media career. He made the most out of the least amount of talent of superstar that we've ever seen in the history of sports. I respect it, man. He saw the quit in KD. Nah, I don't think so. Remember, KD told him, yo, pass me the ball, man. What are you doing with the ball in your hands, Draymond? He saw the B in KD. Do you understand what I'm saying? He saw the B in KD, my brother. KD, we saw with him in OKC. You ain't supposed to let that go. You ain't gonna do that. This man, he's supposed to snuff Draymond Green in front of everybody. Don't you ever talk to me like that again. It's either me or you. You out of this team. Imagine if Kevin Durant would have told me, you know what? You gotta go. You want me on this team, guys? Get him out of here. And it would have been over Draymond's career. He would have had to have linked up with LeBron to revive himself. But KD doesn't have the cojones. The cojones. There was something else I wanted to just talk about. Thibs. Oh, dear Lord. Thibs wants to give me a heart attack, man. Coach Tom Thibodeau, you trying to give me a heart attack, man. Jesus Christ. Tom Thibodeau speaks to the rumors. Look how they phrase it. Tom Thibodeau says the most playoff teams have their top players on the court for over 40 minutes. Hold on. Let's let him ask it. This is how I know Josh Hart. I like you, bro, but you're playing around. When you ask a question, say it with your chest.
Us playing minutes wise, the quote unquote, like we're exhausted or
not quote unquote. Don't quote unquote. What is your question? Don't quote unquote. No. What is the question? Yo, do you run us to the ground? I gave you 48 minutes, Tom. What the hell was that about? Go ahead, chat. This is your show.
Yeah, I don't ever worry about that. Like I always tell you guys at the beginning of the season, like you begin with the end in mind. You prepare yourself for what you're going to have to do all season long. So look, there could be a game that you play extended minutes, So if I said to you, Josh, how many minutes did you average over the course of the season? No one would say 33, right? I said, Jalen, how many did you average? No one would say 35. Most teams right now, look at the playoffs, their three top players are playing in the 40s, but no one says that. Like for whatever reason, it stuck with me. It is what it is. I don't really care.
Yeah. Stay on your ground.
Stay on your ground. Jalen Brunson, put a hat on, bro. What the hell is that? Put a damn hat on. What are you doing coming out looking like somebody's baby mama? Listen, Tom Thibodeau, you cannot say you don't care about this. I hate that statement. It followed me for some reason. I don't like that. I don't like the stubborn, and I don't like that at all. What? Klay Thompson unfollowed the Warriors? Wow. AllBall's a big Klay Thompson fan. Yeah, Tom Thibodeau, I hate. Who do you think? Listen, calm down. Don't say I don't know why it followed me. One of the biggest superstars in the last 15 years, Derrick Rose injury is related to that. Last season is a bunch of injuries from our stars on our team. You're known for running players to the ground. Half the players in the league, 46% that were polled, I'm 41, that were polled a couple months ago by the Athletic said, we don't want to play for you. We don't want to play for you, Tom Thibodeau. That's what players are openly saying. And you have, yes, Jalen Brunson, Hart, these guys are defending you, cool. But I don't like this fake manipulation. I don't like that you fans and the media try to tell me that this is okay. That, hey, look, if you look at the playoffs, the top three players played the most minutes. You can't guess what's wrong with that statement. The top three players weren't playing in the playoffs for us. That's my problem with these podcasts. All you guys got a podcast, and it's all like a little press conference session. AllBall always says this. What are these people doing with a podcast? Who are they putting on? What is the real purpose of it? Besides, obviously, getting advertising money and another check for yourself and your family or whatever the case may be after the $300 million you're going to get from the NBA. Soon is going to be part of the 360 deal with these teams. Hey, we're going to give you $500 million along with you posting your podcast clip every single night, right? It's going to be part of a 360 deal with these NBA players to have a podcast and whatever on social media. Okay, cool. So it's going to be some things like this. Just unchallenged statements. That's a big deal. Trust you me, if these players are injured midway through the season, if we see Jalen Brunson back in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left, up by 30 again, we're going to question it, Thibs. We just are. I am. Don't tell me that we had our top 3 players in the playoffs this season. We didn't. We did not have our top 3 players in the playoffs, and none of them were given 48 minutes because they were on the bench with bandages on. Josh Hart should not have been playing 48 minutes. Precious Achiuwa did not. You weren't even thinking about putting him into the Pacers series. You had a 7-man rotation against these 9 people running on a track meet in Indiana, and all they're going to do is play off. They don't even play defense. They don't even look to play defense. But you decided, okay, Burks is not going to play either. It took for somebody to go down first. It took for Mitchell Robinson to go down first. I totally disagree with the rotations. I've been saying it in the playoffs. It's not about, I'm not blaming him for the injuries. I'm not saying it's his fault. We don't know how they get injured because it's not like they broke their foot in half. I'm not talking about that. But there's no way possible you're going into a Philadelphia series and you know Embiid has problems with athletic centers, athletic players in general. OG Anunoby gave him the business. Achiuwa, you saw, again, game 4, fourth quarter. Please rewatch it. Game 4, fourth quarter against the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid was shut the hell down. And it was OG, it was Precious Achiuwa taking turns on him. I'm 41. Why is that? Because they're super athletic. And you know why that happened? Because you let Hartenstein left him out to the entire third quarter to game 5 fouls. You couldn't see this guy can't guard him. Come on, man. And how many other games could we have salvaged these players for? We should have swept the 76ers, bro. Their MVP is hobbled. He was so hobbled this year that he couldn't even be an MVP consideration. He wasn't even top 10. Right? He's out of the conversation. After game 2, this moron decided to dunk the ball and then damn near tore his leg off. We should have had athletic players challenging him from the beginning, from the outset. And you have a rotation of players and let Hartenstein put 20 minutes on him. Mitchell Robinson is hobbling. Why would you ever think he can play 30 minutes of the opening game in the series and Hartenstein plays 20? Why wasn't it in the reverse? Don't tell us, I don't know why that followed me. Yes, I like Thibs. Yes, he's earned our respect. The whole organization has. But I can question that. I can have a problem with that. I'm a fan and I watch the game. Don't tell me that, Tom Thibodeau. I don't appreciate that. JB with his dip. Get a headband. Put a do-rag on, Jalen Brunson, looking crazy out there. Stand on business. That's not funny. That's not funny, bro. We're watching y'all throw your face on the wood floor, bro. You look crazy out there. Josh Hart playing 48 minutes. That's not funny. You need to play 40 or 38 high level, not 48 mid level. I don't want to see that. I don't. We have a chance to win a championship. That's how I feel. You do the best that you can. And he's not. He's not making the right decisions, and you're the decision maker. Don't tell us we're crazy because you want to fall into these trends. The same way we speak about bad players or players that are great like Cat, Karl-Anthony Towns. Right? Karl-Anthony Towns plays badly. We get on him. You're supposed to be an MVP caliber guy, and you don't play that way. You make bad decisions. Same thing we've talked about Russell Westbrook, Julius Randle. You guys make bad decisions. Tom Thibodeau, this may be a bad decision. Don't tell me that you don't know why this is following you. Half the players don't want to play for you. You know why. And you got the players who are soldiers who are willing to follow you but you may have to edit this. That's all. It's a suggestion. If this is the way you talk to everybody else, you're out of your mind. If Leon Rose says, look, I got your guys here, you can't be playing anybody 48 minutes. 48 minutes is nuts. I saw, who was it? Alan Hahn. Shout out to him. You work for MSG. You got to protect the brand. I get it. Bringing up Charles Barkley played 44 minutes, and I don't know why he's talking in the NBA Finals. Because he's Charles Barkley. He averages 15 rebounds in his sleep. When the hell have we compared Josh Hart to Charles Barkley? Never. Only you did that because he played 48 minutes in a second round of a playoffs, and he's overachieving. Barkley was achieving doing that. You guys are nuts to defend this garbage. I don't like that statement, man. And imagine if you're a player who doesn't like that. What if you suggest that and you go, yo, maybe we should play less minutes today? Maybe we should play less minutes today, Tom. And he comes up with that. I don't know why you would think that. You don't know why I think I should play less minutes today, my brother? Because I almost two of my toes are inverted. they're missing. I have 8 toes left, Tom. Coach, I have 8 toes right now. Come on, man. Like, certain things to me are like, I can imagine being on a team. He could have told me that. And if I'm trying to make it funny, what if these guys are just are kind of like, you're no longer a Tom Thibodeau guy if you suggest we should slow down a little bit during the game, even though I'm practicing all I could. But during the game, you got me playing. You got me on a marathon. That was my rant. I wanted to get on Tom Thibodeau, but I wish Flea was here so I could roast him too. 46% of the players don't want to play for you, bro. He's crazy. I think he's legit crazy for that. I don't know why. He's legit crazy for that, man. 8:42 East Coast time. Do I have 8 minutes of this? I should save this one for later. I'm gonna say that for later. Am I going on a crazy rant and you guys aren't commenting because I'm a lunatic? I see the comments. Stop. Please tell me if I'm a lunatic. Klay unfollowed. Yeah, we just said that. Klay should not come to New York. Not on the contract that they're talking about. Please no, Mr. McCormick, the St. Anthony's alumni. That's amazing that you said that, man. Not for that contract. Let's see any Klay Thompson news. Klay Thompson. And is that the way people are really like breaking up with their teams now? I'm gonna unfollow you. Ooh. He deleted a picture with him and Steph. Uh-oh. Klay deleted this pic of him and Curry. This man is now the enemy. This guy's name is 30 Problems. Bro, you better not be a grown man over 21 years old with the name 30 Problems and you're talking about this guy's now the enemy. Steph Curry will walk right by you with his family and head to whatever event he's headed to. He don't care about you. This guy's the enemy. Ooh. This is what people do. That's how they found out LeBron wasn't following Kendrick Perkins anymore. Klay Thompson has unfollowed the Warriors on Instagram and deleted all his Warriors-related content from his page. This is from World Latin Honey. This is when Twitter was Twitter, by the way. This is when Twitter was Twitter. Names like this, I'm not clicking on that name. You ain't get me kicked off. Let's see. Top. Klay Thompson. Wow. Unfollow Steph Curry? Oh, wait. Klay Thompson unfollowed the Warriors And Steph Curry has just unfollowed Klay back. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. And he removed the Warriors content from the 2022 championship on his IG. Ooh. What you got to say about that, Draymond? Do I want Klay Thompson on the Knicks? His name is Troy from Knicks Rehab. Wait, whose name? I don't want Klay. Not for that price. Not for that. Who cares? Their best days are behind them. But what if Thompson comes here at a decent price? He brings veteran leadership. I don't think he's that great of a leader anyway. He's gonna come over here and try to be on a pull up to La Marina on a yacht and be like the new French Montana or something. Like, what is Klay? I don't see any leadership skills. He doesn't shoot 45% from three anymore. He needs a bionic knee. No disrespect, bro. You put the work in, man. You got tore up from the floor up. AllBall loves this guy, by the way. Just I'm warning you, whoever doesn't want Klay Thompson here, AllBall's gonna come in here spewing just garbage about how he loves Klay Thompson. He has a championship pedigree. I would think he's either going to the Lakers, but they don't have enough money. You can't go to the Timberwolves if you're Klay Thompson, right? Let's just speak on that for 2 seconds. Where do you think Klay Thompson's going to go? He has to be like a fourth or fifth option like he is on the Warriors. Because they didn't want to give him $25 million. He might be looking for $25, $30 million. He's probably going definitely Orlando. Orlando has a lot of options, by the way. They can get scary in half a second. You bring Tyus Jones, Klay Thompson, and they're missing like a big man over there. But Tyus Jones, Klay Thompson in Orlando will be like, that should be their goal. Orlando Magic needs to throw the whole book at Tyus Jones, Klay Thompson, and Slow-Mo in Orlando. Because their half court needs, they need a real point guard out there. And with Tyus Jones and Klay and Slow-Mo, Kyle Anderson, you have 2 point guards out there, basically. Just very smart thinking the game and executing the intelligence of the game. Damn, Klay. And does he want to play for a championship? If you want to play for a championship, who's giving you $25, $30 million, Klay Thompson? The Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, I pray Daryl Morey's monkey ass gives Klay Thompson $30 million. Please. Them 76ers fans will tear him up. He will be in hell. I'm praying to God. Please, Daryl Morey. That is the best decision you could ever make for me. That is the best. I want to laugh for the entire summer. Go sign Klay Thompson for that 2 years, $60 million contract. Yeah, I'll show them. Thompson got a bad kneecap, a patella, and this muscle and that muscle. You done out here, Klay Thompson. Please, $60 million, 2 years with the 76ers. Please, take that cap. Cap that cap, Klay. Cap that cap. Cap that cap. I'm really wondering where Klay Thompson thinks he's going to go unless he takes less money. If he takes less money and goes to the Warriors, are we judging him? If Klay Thompson takes less bread, he goes to the Warriors, do we judge him? I don't know. I would definitely judge him if he goes to not the Warriors. If he goes to the Celtics, if Klay Thompson takes less money to join the Celtics, we're judging him, right? Like Klay Thompson can't even take less money and join the Mavericks because now you're going to be relied upon to be that spot up shooter damn near every play to open the floor up for them. And maybe you could do that, but that's a lot of wear and tear on just any player coming off that many injuries. You're older, and there's a lot of mileage on him. I just don't think he's built for that. I don't think he's built for that. He needs to be a fourth or fifth option at best. Milwaukee would be a nice fit, better than Beasley defensively. I mean, how good is he defensively? You want him to be like Dan Marley at this point, even later in his career. But even Dan Marley could play 30 minutes a game tough. He didn't have major injuries till later, right? Milwaukee's all right, though. They need more than that in Milwaukee because he would be relied upon defensively. I just don't think he's reliable. The injuries got to him, man. Salute to my guy, Fabian. Appreciate you, Lenzel Graham. Lenzel Graham, you sound like you got the grams. You sound like you've been locked up for having grams. Lenzel Graham is an ill name. Lenzel Graham sounds like you are the starting outside linebacker for the Texas Longhorns, bro, and on your way to having the top 10 NFL draft. Lenzel Graham the second. That might be the most royal name I've heard in a long time. Lenzel Graham the second. Wow. I ain't got no name like that. My name is Raymond. Lenzel Graham. Is it because of Denzel? Like Lenzel flows better than Denzel. Lenzel Graham. I love that name, brother. Yeah, Clay's gonna have to choose a good spot though. OKC seems kind of crazy. Remember, they got a lot of cap space over there in OKC. And he could be their fourth or fifth option. You can really plug and play Klay Thompson in Oklahoma City. You can really plug and play him out there. Right? Minnesota's tough for him too. The championship experience he would bring even to the Mavericks, but I think they would rely on him too much over there. They would need too much physically from him. But OKC, Minnesota, Denver, those fringe championship contenders could use his experience, and then they don't have to rely on him to play too many minutes. And those are those teams right there. You ain't going to no damn Clippers. Sacramento. He's going to go to Sacramento. He's going to Sacramento. Mike Brown. They got a rivalry. He's going to Sacramento. He wants to stick it to the Warriors. He wants to make sure that Sacramento is the up-and-coming new Western team. Mike Brown knows Klay Thompson. I would think he takes less money to join Sacramento. Sacramento's really a nutcase of a general manager. They're over there giving Harrison Barnes whatever kind of bread, former Golden State Warrior, the guy who ruined their finals. They gave him money. Why wouldn't you throw money at Klay Thompson to stick it to Golden State like that? Orlando has the money. Yeah, they do. And to me, they're fringe second rounders, conference finalists. Klay doesn't really put them there. If you get Klay, if you get Klay for Klay and Tyus Jones and Slow-Mo in Orlando, that would change the fabric of the Orlando Magic, because now you have experience. Like, that's the other thing about the Celtics. They have the experience, man. Right? Drew Holiday's experience, finals contender. Tatum and Brown, for all these failures we talked about with them not winning the championship, they've been there. They know if they've gotten past first, second, third round several times. So they know what it feels like to lose. They know what it feels like. Oh, we're losing again. We're about to do that thing again. Let's not do that again. That's the thing about experience that people. It's not that you're learning what to do. I think for the most part, we all know what to do in life. In life, people have told you, don't go down there. Don't go that way. And what do? You go that way. And then you learn when you go that way, you wipe yourself off, you come back like, I'm not doing that again, but I might go back that way. But you just know what to do this time. And you want to come out of, level 1, 2 of Super Mario and come out of the darkness. What's your email, fam? I got that perspective work. Whoa, for Rick Lenzel. Chill. What kind of training day are you on today, Papa? I got you, though. BQE perspective at gmail.com. Literally, that is a BQE perspective at gmail.com if you want to email us. Throw your emails in the chat. We want to get in contact with a lot of you guys. I got to get in contact with all AllBall TV members, man. Appreciate all you guys. Share, like, comment, subscribe. If you are on a computer, Turbo, what's going on? If you are on a computer, join us. Press the join button. Become part of the AllBall TV membership. We work hard for y'all. Is this the Get Indicted hotline? 100 Hustler. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Again, join the AllBall TV family. The AllBall TV family, the membership online on the computer, the PC. I don't see how you could do it on the phone unless it's the desktop version of YouTube. But I appreciate y'all, man. Friday night. I hope you guys, it's the weekend. I should be on tomorrow, maybe in the morning. I gotta see. Thank you, my nigga, Monkey Wrench, also for pushing me this week. I had a great morning. I was a little more prepared. I love preparing my stuff first and then coming online. That way I got things to go to and I could really spew my mind on these thoughts. It's a lot easier. You guys make everything easy right now, man. Just amazing. Till we get to the top, you guys are really making this, smooth. Throw the butter on the pan. Fry this thing up, baby. Fry it up. We're doing our thing. Really appreciate you guys in the comments pushing me and just, that's what family's about. That's what success is about. I got my quote of the day, my Jim Rohn quote of the day, man. Hey, what happened? I thought I had my Jim Rohn quote of the day. Jim Rohn quote of the day. Definitely want to leave you guys with this. We must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret or disappointment. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.